I'm back again. I'm getting ready to go to another friend's house for dinner. So 'tis the season for visiting family and friends. And I hate going empty-handed. They say, oh, you don't need to bring anything, but that's just not me. So what I'm going to be doing today, I've got some kielbasa that we're going to fry up. And these are mini pierogies that my boyfriend Kevin and I made the other weekend. And froze them so they're ready at hand whenever we need them. So we've got a 3-cheese spinach pierogi and a, gotta have classic bacon cheese potato. But pierogies just aren't pierogies unless they are fried with kielbasa and butter. So first I'm just going to score the kielbasa because it comes with this skin on it. You don't want to eat it. Technically it's edible, but it's not very good. And then I'm just going to roughly chop it up, slice it. That should be good. And then I'm just going to cut the slices into 4 and put them into my cast iron pan. So it's already hot. It has some of my homemade ghee, which is just clarified butter. You can check it out, my video on how to make that. That's actually from that video. So first thing I'd like to do is get, because the kielbasa takes just a little bit longer to cook and brown up than the pierogies. I want to get them all on the pan. Don't want to overcrowd the pan too much, but enough on there. There's going to be 3 adults. This is just going to be part of an appetizer, so not the homemade meal. But yeah, we're going to brown up the kielbasa. So these pierogies, these little mini pierogies, look carefully, depending on the ones, you can kind of tell, like I think this one here is a spinach one, but you can see a little bit better once they're actually cooked up. They've been parboiled before we froze them. 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 20, 24. I'm just going to do 24 little ones. Like I said, it's just part of an appetizer. They said there's going to be some appetizers already, but who can say no to homemade pierogies with kielbasa? It's starting to get ever so brown on the bottom. I like my kielbasa well done. Smells so good. One of my favorite smells, brings me back to my childhood. Fried kielbasa. I've got a Polish grandmother, my babcia. Just reminds me of her. Of course, I use my babcia's pierogi dough recipe. These pierogies, you can lose them in the fridge for like in the freezer, sorry, deep freezer for like 3 years. You would think they'd be frostbit and just freezer burnt. And normally when things are freezer burnt, they're tough and chewy or just not that great. Not these. Oh, her pierogi recipe. Like I said, you can find it at the bottom of your freezer 3-5 years later, if not longer. Thaw them out, cook them up, they still melt in your mouth. Sorry, not giving out that recipe. So now that they're starting to get browned on 2 sides, it didn't take very long for the second side. I'm going to add, this is some freeze-dried white onion that I freeze-dried a while ago. I always keep a batch, some of my freeze-dried stuff just in a plastic bag because I use it often. But it makes it so easy, just quick. I use it in my lunches for work. Half the time I use it for dinner at home. But I sliced that there. It was already sliced in rings, but sliced it smaller. No crying. Add it in. And I'm going to add my 2 dozen pierogies. The pierogies are actually still frozen. So they're going to cool down the pan a bit. But the kielbasa is going to cook much more. Like I said, I like my kielbasa well done. So I want to make sure now that all the pierogies are down on the surface. If I have to throw the kielbasa up on top, that's fine. But now the pierogies are what we want in the main heat. And this is my cast iron that I've been using while camping all summer. And I think, there's still some on the outer handle. There's still some soot from campfires because I cooked all summer, every weekend, just about over the open flame of the campfire. So I'm getting a little bit of that campfire smell. Nothing better. Mix it up a bit. Find any pierogies that were closer to the outer edge that maybe not have so much coloring on them. Get them a little bit of goldenness. That's so good. So, yep, feels like they're heated right through. So I'm going to turn this off. I've got just a dish here, just a Pyrex dish with a little bit of paper towel because as so good as it is just cooked in butter or ghee, we want to take off a little bit of the greases. Cast iron gets hot. Woo. Over to the side. So I will, when I bring this, depending on how long it takes to get there, might pop it in the oven for just a few minutes to warm it up a bit more, but then put it out with a couple toothpicks, and we'll have an awesome Polish appetizer. Because why not? Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that share button and that bell so you get notifications. And if you like what I'm doing, awesome. If there's other things you want to see me do, whether it's more cooking, freeze drying, Jeep stuff, craft stuff, you name it, the sky's the limit. Because why not?